All right, good morning, you guys. So today what I'm doing is I have an issue with my Ford when I'm going to show you this way. I put the key in. It's been going like this for a while, okay? And right now it's off because I did take something off already, but I'm going to show you. So I turn the key and you can see the lights come on, but it does nothing. I have to constantly push in so hard, and sometimes it doesn't even work, just to get the car going. And see, right now it's not even doing it at all. Okay, so what I'm attempting to do is I'm going to change a part in the car. I gotta get it out of the trunk real quick, sorry. I bought the complete part, and it's this part here. I bought the complete part to try to change the whole thing, but I went to the mechanic and he told me that if you just change this part. So I'm gonna take this off, and up here I'm going to press in there to take these off and pull this off. And he told me once I do that, the car should have no problem with starting, because like I said, right now it's really hard with the starting. So I wanted to buy the whole thing, and he was telling me that you could do that, but it's literally only going to be this. So I'm going to try that first. If not, then I'll have to go back to him. And I know it can be taken off. I just have a problem with popping that screw, because I know you have to use a chisel to make a groove and pop it, or you have to use a saw and basically cut into the screw. I'll show you. So what I did so far was, I've already did it, but I'm going to go back and show you how. Okay, so I pulled this down here, and when you pull this down, it'll pop down, and then there's right here, it's connected. So all you're going to do is pull it out. I can't lay mine to the side because I do have the alarm doing it, so I'm pulling it to the best to the side. And then there's these screws that go up into here, and back here there's like 3 of them. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah, you can kind of see where they go in the holes. I'm sorry, the angle is really sucky, but I've already taken those out. They are 732s sockets, so I needed to go find one. So once you do that, mine actually just popped off, which was great. I didn't have to put anything in here to take it off, so it's just popped off. And so now I'm just taking it off from this side and from this side, and just doing it carefully. As you can see, it didn't pop off from this side, so I'm gonna try to press it and do it. And let's see if I can get a better camera angle on this. Sorry, I'm trying to get the best camera angle. It's really hard when you're doing stuff, once again, by yourself. So I'm trying to get a better angle. I think that might be a good angle. I just don't know if it's going to stay at that angle. Okay, so let me see. Let's see. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to get it so I can get a better angle. Okay, that might be an okay angle like that. There you go. Okay, so I did get this trusty puller, and usually it's to pop out the little I can't remember what they're called, the plastics. So I had to buy some because I had to redo it. So I'm gonna put this in here and see if I could just pop this up, or can I do it with my hand, because it worked really good on the other side. So let me see. I'm gonna put it down first. Yeah, because all I did was pushed and it popped up. See if I could do that one, push it in and pop it up, but it doesn't look like it wants to do it that well this time on this side. Oh, there you go. Okay, so hopefully you saw that. So I was able to pop it off, and what it is it just has these things right here, these right here. So you don't want to break them, because obviously if you break them, then it's going to be hard to put it back. It was actually pretty easy to pop off. I thought it was going to be harder to pop off. And then it goes into these. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this one, because I need to get to this right here. This is where I want to get. And so I'm going to have to pull this down and move it. I don't really want to move it out of the way, because I don't know if I'm going to need it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this part right here. And then on my old one, or on my new one, I should say, I'm sorry, I'm gonna push in right here and right here to take this part out, and that part's going to go right here. As you can see, it has the same lever for all the stuff that gets connected to this part. So see, as you can see right here, this stuff right here is going to be connected to this stuff right here. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way, and I'm trying to figure out how to easiest, because it's connected around the lever of the oh, there it goes, to lift up the thing. So hold on one second. I'm lifting up the steering wheel to hopefully get it in here a little easier. I'm trying to hold this. I'm sorry, it's really bad. Okay, so what I did was I lifted up the steering wheel so that I can maneuver this around to get it out. Okay, and you don't want to break it, because if you break it, you're just buying a whole new set of stuff that you don't need to buy. So I'm just trying my best to figure out how to get it out of here without breaking it. There you go, I got it out. Okay, you just had to wiggle this a little bit. You had to wiggle the lever a little bit, and then it comes out, because you needed it to come out through this area right here. Okay, so I'm just setting all this stuff aside right now. And now the fun begins. I don't want to mess with this right now since I'm not changing it. I don't want to mess with any of this stuff. So this is the pin I was telling you about. So this pin right here is what they call, oh my God, I'm going to say a safety pin, but that's not what it is. It's a lock pin so that you can't just take it off. You have to actually either cut a notch right here, or you need to take a chisel and hammer it to loosen it and put a notch. Either way, a notch has got to go in here to unscrew it. So that's what this is here. And when you buy this whole mechanism, they do give you the lock bolt to put in there. And then when you screw this in, you'll hear it snap. And when it snaps, that means it's actually locked in, okay? So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to take off, I'm not taking off any of this stuff right here. I'm not taking off any of this because I don't want to change the part. I'm literally just taking off this down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. You just push it in and take it off. It's really hard to do with one hand, but hold on a second. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze this in. Okay, and then you're going to pull it out. Okay, and then you're going to, I can't do it with one hand, so. All right, so what I did was I took this, which is the same thing I was going to pop the top off with. I pressed it in here to loosen it, and I pulled it out. So this is what I'm pulling out. And this is going to go into that part here, okay? So that's what I'm doing. Now my next thing is I got to, yeah, it's down, okay. Want to make sure that it was down. I'm going to lock it down so I don't lift it up by any chance. So now I'm going to get over here and I'm going to push something into this lever here and under here. I'm not sure if you could see it, but right around here, so that I can actually remove this. That's what I want to remove, which is the same thing as removing this. So I'm going to remove it off of this one first, and then I'm going to have to take off this part up here. It's going to come off of here, and it's just like literally just going to pull out, okay? Because you have to pull it out, so you're going to push it back into this part here, okay? So this part's going to get pulled out because you don't want to pull out too many things and then have something messed up. So I'm just trying to pull out the least stuff, since all I'm doing is changing this thing, which is this thing. Okay, so I'm going to take apart this one first, and I'm going to shove something in here to push this out, shove it somewhere in this one to push it out, and all right, so hold on one second. Let me get that. All right, so it wasn't as hard, but it wasn't as easy. So what I did was I took the screwdriver. I was going to use the other thing, but it was too big. So I took the screwdriver and I pushed it down, and then I pushed it out a little bit to hold it. Then, of course, I had to turn it over and do the same thing on this side, because you want these clips right here to be on the other side, and then all you're going to do is pull it out, and that's exactly what I'm pulling out. Okay, so as you can see, this part has nothing to do with it. You're literally just pulling this out. Okay, So that's what I wanted to show you. That's all I'm doing, is I was just pulling this out. Okay, so now I'm going to do it to the same one up here. I'm just going to set that there so I don't lose it. So now I'm going to do the same thing. Now when you're pulling this out, be careful how to pull it out, because this one right here needs to go back in the same way, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So I'm going to set this aside over here. I don't want it to get messed up. I'm going to go ahead and put my screwdriver in at the top up here, if I could see with my eyeballs, in the top up here, and I'm going to push down and pull. Okay, as you can see, it's coming out a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go underneath, sorry, and do the same thing. I'm going to go underneath here, and I'm going to push it out. Okay, sorry, try to keep the camera the same way so that when we're doing whatever, it's not, you're not going to go, I have to turn this side, I have to turn it sideways. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing where we're going to go like this and push out. Okay, see, did you see it? It just popped out right here. So that's already out. Okay, so that was a little easier on this one. So now I have it up here at the top, so if I pull it out, it should come straight out. Okay, hold on. It's not gonna come straight out because I forgot that this is in the way. Yeah, I forgot this part's in the way right here. Okay, so another plan. So I think I'm gonna have to pull it forward, or let me see what I'm gonna have to do to get that out. I might have to take this off over here. So let me check it out and I will figure it out in a second, because I don't want to mess something up and I don't want to do it wrong. Okay, I was able to get out the old one. This is the old one. As you could see how it's all tore up right here and the new one's not. So the one thing you have to make sure is to make sure that the small and the big are like that. You see there's a small here and there's a big. So you have to make sure they're lined up properly, because you want to make sure when you put it in, that's how it's going to go into here. As you can see, it shows a small and a big. Hopefully you can see that good enough. Yeah, see how it says small and big? That's what you need to put in there, okay, because it has to go in like that. So once you do it, then to get it out, I had to wiggle it a little bit, but it did come out. So now I'm going to put it back in, and since I have it properly, you're going to put the back in first, the square part. You're going to put that in first so that it will go in to the position, and it will get into its little area back here, and then the other part would fall into place. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. It's hard to do with one hand because you can't just get in there and do it. So I'm going to try two hands, but before I click it and everything, I will get back to you. So I did notice if you go down from the bottom into it and go up, it's a little easier. So that's what I did. I went down to the bottom of it, and I'm going in to put it in, and then once you get it in, you just basically have to keep wiggling it around to click it in, and it's going to click in. I just wanted to show you that I did get it in the position that it's supposed to be in. Now I just need to wiggle it to get it in. All right, it took a little elbow grease, but once you get it in, and you have to click it in, and it will click in. It just takes a while. It took me a little while to do so. And then we're going to take this part back here, and we're going to push it back into this part here, so it could go back inside. And that should click in too. So everything has to click, because you don't want it coming out. Okay? And then, there we go. Okay, so the new one's in there. This is the old one, like I said. Okay, that's the old one. All right, before I put everything back, and mind you, this is a 2008 Ford Focus, and we've had it for a very long time, so we love the car. It's my wife's car. She bought it brand new. I've been doing little maintenance stuff on it. Like, I have YouTube videos where I've had to take this out. I had to fix the reinforcement. We're having a little window issue. I'm going to have to take it off again and look at the window, because for some reason it's getting stuck. The window does go up and down, but when it goes to a certain part, it seems like it's having an issue. So I don't know if that's the motor of the issue or if it's going to be something else. So to wrap things up, I went ahead and I just changed this. Like I said, I bought the whole thing thinking it was going to be the whole thing. Found out it was literally just this. This looks like it's very worn out compared to the old one. It's not as bad, but you could see that it's worn out. So let me try to start the car and see if it actually works without me having to push it in or anything. And I didn't have to do anything. It literally started right up. So that's without pushing in. I'm not pushing nothing. I'm literally just turning the key. Which, since I've been driving this car, I've never had to do that. I've always had to push in the key. So she's going to be happy because she hasn't been driving the car because she was getting annoyed with pushing in the key. I basically drive the car. I do have a manual truck, and she does not know how to drive a manual, so I usually drive that also, but she'll be happy to be able to drive her. She calls it a little Karuch. We named it Sequoia because we used to take it up to the mountains to go camping. Yes, we would take this little Ford Focus. We would have stuff up here with the what's it called, the basket. And we actually would have 2 dogs, actually 4 dogs, 2 small ones and 2 big ones that would be in the car with us. And then we ended up buying an SUV. And we did that actually for the dogs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything back. So I'm going to put the cover back on up here. Okay. The cover that goes here, which goes around. And I'm so excited. Honestly, that's one thing. I'm going to put that cover there. I'm going to put... What did I do with the other cover? Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm going to put this cover back on under here. And it's just going to all snap into place. Okay. I'm going to put it on here. This is going to be a little bit more difficult because remember, I do have to use the lever to get this up inside. But I'm going to get this up inside. I'm going to put the 3 screws back on, and then this is the easiest part. These right here go into here. It slides in, and then it just pops right up. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get on that. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Like I said, this will probably be the hardest because trying to get this in there around the lever, that was the hardest for me to take off. So let's see how it works when I got to put it back in. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and put the lower on there. The lower cover. So what you want to do is, sorry, my hands are in the way again. You're going to put this in the down position. And then we're going to go ahead and put this on. As soon as I figure this out. No, I'm just kidding. I figured it out. It's just trying to get it in there, like I told you. It's not the easiest thing to get in there. All right, you guys. So now I'm putting this in. So what you're going to do is, I'll show you again. You're going to drop it in the drop position, okay? And then you're literally just going to maneuver it through the hole over here, this hole here, and then just get it up inside there. And just watch for the wires, because you don't want to get any wires, because that's what I almost did. And then you're just going to lock it in. And what I did was I just brought it up to lock it so that it won't go anywhere. But I'm going to bring it down and then lock it. Maybe. It's kind of hard to do it at the same time. Okay. I'm going to just do like that so that this doesn't fall while I'm doing it. Then we're going to get the top cover, which is this cover, and it's very flimsy. And all we're going to do is slide it in. And then all this is going to do is click into all the little things it has here. Oops. And I'm turning on the flashers. I'm turning on the flashers. Okay, see how that clicked in right there? We're going to do the same thing to the other side. And that's it. It's actually clicked in. So let me show you. So as you could see, it's actually clicked in on this side. Clicked in nice and easy. And I didn't have to really take anything off. It'll click in better once I screw them back in. And then over here, the same thing. It clicked in really easy. And I'm the type of person that I always try it 100 million times. Because I always feel like I'm going to do something and it's going to be weird. So here we go. Lights. did not have to push it in. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really happy with myself. Like I said, this has been going on for years. So now I'm going to put these back in here. I have them inside here. They're really small, so you have to be careful not to mess it up. I do have this nice little ratchet. No shout outs to nothing, but I like it because you could just flip it over and turn it to go the other way. Don't know if you guys ever saw these before, but they're really nice. They just click in and everything. Yeah, and then I'm gonna put these in like that, and then I'm gonna start screwing them in. So what they do is they're just gonna go underneath here. One's gonna go there, one's gonna go over there, and then there is one, sorry, on the other side over here, right there. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm putting these up in here so that I can get them going, and we're gonna go from there. Okay. All right, so I got the screws in. This one was giving me a little trouble, so I ended up lifting up the lever to have it at the higher point, but this one over here wasn't bad, and neither was that one. Okay, so bottom line of this video is I just did a ceiling fan video, I think about a week ago, and I know I got this part and I finally got it in the mail, and I was going to change the whole thing. I was going to change the whole unit. I was going to take out the ignition. I was going to change this whole housing unit myself. That's what this video was going to be. But like I said, when I went to the mechanic, I decided to ask him, like, hey, how much would you charge me if I wanted you to change this whole housing unit for my ignition? And his response was, don't waste your money. It's not that, it's just this part here, like I told you. This part here. They go out, they decide to wear out, whatever the case may be. So I was like, okay. You know, and I have seen a video where someone decided they put black tape around that unit so that it'll fit in there tightly so it'll get doing it. Because as you could see right here, I know it's really hard to see, but right here at the top part, you could see where it's starting to, what do you call it? Because this is the way it goes in, so I guess it's the bottom part, where it's starting to shred just a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's starting to shred because it goes in this way in the car. So it's on the bottom part where it's starting to shred a little bit, not the top as much. But when I went to the mechanic, like I said, I asked him, he told me it would have been $75 just to change this. Well, I've looked at YouTube videos and I saw that it's not a big deal. Take this off like I did, take off the bottom, unscrew it, disconnect this. This was the hardest part, was getting it back on, because I wanted to make sure I got this on properly. So when you're putting this in, you basically have to put it in like this at an angle, get it up in there, and then you got to kind of wiggle it so that these clips will go into that spot over there. Okay? So I really hope this helped out. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on now. Like I said, this is the easiest part. They just connect into this part down here. They click into those parts like this, and then you just align them up. And as you can see, when you're putting them up, they go into that part. I'm going to do my foot because... and then they're just going to click in. There's parts right here where they just click in, and you just push them in, and then they will click in. Give a little elbow grease up in there. And as you can see, it's all together. My wife had just came out, and she wanted to see if the car was working. And once again, oops, let me turn off the blinker, I guess. Okay. And that's with doing nothing. I'm not pressing it in. I'm not, you know, like you can see right here, I'm literally just turning the key. Before, I would have to push it in really, really hard. And honestly, even before that, when I went to go put it in, I actually couldn't even start the car. When I was trying to show you guys before, I took this apart. When I took it apart, I couldn't even start it at all. So I'm hoping this helps you guys out. Like I said, don't buy this if you didn't need to, but I did. I'm going to keep it. So in case something does go wrong, or I find out that maybe it's not this part. Now, mind you, she had this car since 2008. And this is like one of the major things that finally went wrong with it. So, yeah, like I said, if you want to go ahead and, I'm just going to click this back on. I'm going to keep this because you never know. I might need to change it. And if so, I already have the part. If anything, I would just probably go buy another one of these to click onto it so that I could have it all new together. But yeah, that's about it. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoy life. Like I said in my last videos, I've done these videos numerous times. I want to let women know that I don't want them to be afraid of trying something or doing something. This looked like it would have been a difficult thing, and I think this probably would have been the most difficult, would have been trying to get that lock bolt out of there. But other than that, I think everything else would have been a little easy to assemble. You know, even when you just look at this. But good thing I didn't have to try it. I listened to the mechanic. He told me just change this, and I actually saved myself $75. And so, once again, that's all for everything. Thank you for watching my channel. If you like it, please press the like button. Subscribe if you want to, and you can see new videos when I'm coming. Sorry, I just got a haircut, and it's very hot out here. I'm in California, but it's not as hot as some other places, so I can't complain too much. But anyways, this is my day off, and I hope you guys enjoy yourself, and hopefully I can start making some more new videos. All right, peace out, you guys.